Welcome to Chads by Christ, the show about Catholic lads living Catholic lives. I'm Charlie.
I'm Sean.
Desh, I've missed you. Sorry I wasn't around last week. I was not well.
That's all good. I was also not around technically last week.
True, but in mid-space I flaked on the podcast because I wasn't well.
That's fair.
Anyway.
We all have those days.
Yes. Well, I'm technically
How
still unwell.
After that?
Yeah, I've been still coughing, as you can hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going away. I don't know what it is. If it keeps up, I'll probably go to the doctor because in like 2 weeks' time it'll be a month, and so it's like get that checked. But yeah, outside of that, kind of just been chill. What have I do since the last episode? Last Sunday, the 26th, yeah? Yes. I didn't really do anything of note, I don't think.
I guess we didn't do much together last week either.
Yeah.
I think last week was just like a work-focused week.
Yeah. But we record on Monday, so I gotta go further back. I mean, there was the picnic. That was nice.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's the St. Aloysius Young Adults Community for Autism and Feeders.
Yes.
Yeah, so they do social events. Social event. Well, they have a meeting at least once a month. So generally, first Tuesday of the month is a talk. Supper, then followed by a talk, and then Q&A.
Yep.
But
And
occasionally they have
Holy Hour
social
as well.
and Holy Hour. Yeah, but occasionally they have social meetings. Oh, maybe we should plug the Reflection Day.
When is that? Yeah, that's the 15th of Feb.
15th, yeah. So morning for the ladies, afternoon for the gentlemen.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like a Lenten Reflection Day. Is it Lenten?
No, it's
Or is it just general reflection day?
It's just a general recollection day.
Okay,
Lent
the
isn't
general
until
reflection
March.
day. Okay.
Yeah, Ash Wednesday is 5th, which I believe.
Is this Lenten one in the middle? I don't remember when it was last year. Was it in the middle of last year?
No, the
Yeah,
Lenten
it was
one was
before.
just before Palm Sunday, so like the end of
Yeah.
near the end.
Okay. So this is just a general reflection day then.
Yes.
There's time for prayer and there's some socializing time as well. Time to share a meal. I'm assuming there's a talk for both the ladies and the gentlemen as well. I would assume.
Yes, yeah. The ladies get a talk on modesty, I think, and the gents get a talk on leadership, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I do not pick the topics, so do not bring your pitchforks to me. No, it's too late to plug. It's too late to plug Matt Fradd and Simon Carrington because it'll be released on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely.
Never mind.
Anyway,
yeah,
we've been at the St. Al's community a bit actually the last couple of weeks. I guess that's something we can talk about.
Yeah, because
the
Life Teen has been still on break, so yeah, just been exploring a bit. But yeah, we're back this week at the St. Francis Youth Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting off with Simon Carrington. Yeah. He's going to talk to the kiddos and the parents about purity and dating. So that'll be good. And we'll have adoration and confessions and all that going. But yes, that'll be on the day of release. So, yeah. Poor plugging on my part, but I will. Sorry.
Yes. Anyway, other than all that, what have you been up to? Because we should probably get started with the episode soon.
Topic. Look, I've just been working, honestly.
Yeah.
Working and grinding. But how's about you? What have you been up to?
Mostly same. Been doing a lot of physical things, I suppose, lately. Like still doing my gymming.
Nice.
Started badminton, which has been nice. Bit of cardio, break up the gym work. That's been fun.
Good.
And went bouldering on Friday. So yeah, it's been a bit more physical activity, which has been good. Yeah. I think running would round it all out. So hoping to get back into running soon.
Yeah, I want this cough to go away. I keep making excuses because of it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, topic. Enough flufferage. What do we want to talk about today?
I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind as of late. It's fairly general, like nothing in particular brought it on.
Yep.
It's just something that's like been on my mind, and well, yeah, that the idea is that it impacts everyone, not just myself. So basically, my thought process, it's been a bit grim. It's a bit grim, I won't lie, is that
Who died?
everyone, myself included, is inherently selfish.
Okay, that is a
Yeah.
that is a
It's a
sentiment
bit
and a
grim.
half. It is a bit bleak, yeah.
Yeah,
Bit
it's a bit
downer.
bleak, but I don't know if that's well. See, that's what I'm bringing it here. Like maybe you can change my mind. Um,
Um, Look, I don't think I'll be able to change your mind fully, if only because I partially agree. Um,
mm,
we as Catholics believe that we are made in the image and likeness of God,
yep,
right? And that means that like originally we were made like good.
yep,
And it's only because of original sin that we have our like wounded inclinations and our tendency to
mm,
sin more, right?
mm,
Um, so like inherently selfish isn't quite right in the sense that like we aren't made selfish, we're not built selfish, we're not
okay,
selfish
maybe
by design.
inherently is the wrong word, but all right, let me rephrase. Everyone, to some degree, has an element of selfishness within them. Maybe that's a better way to phrase it.
Uh,
I should probably
yes.
explain my thought process. Like I'm just like calling everyone selfish.
Yeah. Welcome to Chaz by Christ, the place where we judge all of y'all.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm judging myself and you as well. You're selfish.
You're judging me. How dare you?
All right, and let me explain my thought process. Like, other than our Lord and um his mother, like the Blessed Virgin, um,
Mm,
like this probably impacts everyone on Earth. Like even probably the saints. I don't know. The saints are also made in. I don't know. But I won't go into that gray area. But basically, like in regards to like the general lay person, like our mission on Earth is to get to heaven, right?
uh,
Like
yes.
that's pretty much
I,
our purpose to get to
Basically,
heaven
yeah.
and to
Sorry, I
carry
should
out
mute my
God's
mic.
to carry out God's will here on Earth. Like those are pretty much the main things that we're here for. So yeah,
Yeah,
like
basically.
I don't know. I guess I've been a bit caught up in that. Like, been thinking about like when you do a good thing, like say you help someone or you help a community or you do a just in general, I'll say a good thing.
Hmm.
Are you are we doing that because it's like purely because it's a good thing to do, or are we doing that out of like even like vanity to a sense? Like you know what I mean? Like exterior appearances.
Um,
And I know that's very subjective because it really
yeah.
does depend on the action, depends on your motives. But I don't know. That's just been like my thought process at the end. Yeah, like I've probably been guilty of this as well. Like I've definitely done things thinking this will probably make me look better. And I think everyone probably has.
Mm,
Like that's probably just like
I
a
can confirm.
yeah, like that's just like a human vanity thing as well. Like we're all sort of after original sin, we all sort of adopted those traits, unfortunately.
Mm.
So yeah, that's sort of been my thought process. Like, are we doing good things for the sake of that they are good and true, or are we doing them for exterior purposes? And yeah, there's been like a whole, uh, rabbit hole that I've gone down.
Mm.
So yeah, that's where I'm
Um,
at. It's a bit
yeah,
grim,
no,
a bit
you've been
bleak.
you're in the thunks.
Mm,
You're in the place you arguably shouldn't spend too long in, but anyway.
yeah, definitely.
Not too
Definitely.
long, but like this is anyway. Well, I won't judge you.
Well, it's been like self-reflection as well. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's definitely not from a place of judging everyone around me.
yeah. But don't
It's
judge
coming
yourself
from a
either.
place of,
Is
yeah,
what I want to get at.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway, I'll try to answer your question.
yeah.
Do we all do good things? out of genuine goodness or out of vanity? That's the question, yeah?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Thanks.
So the thing is, I can only answer that question for one person, and that person is me.
Fair enough.
So I can't answer it for like we, because we are all different people who do things for different reasons.
Of course.
I definitely have done good things for maybe not reasons I'd call vanity, but reasons that are at the end of the day vanity. These days I'd call it fear, maybe.
Yeah, like there's an element of everything in like peer pressure, probably. I don't know. Anyway, this is your experience. Sorry, I'm a bit.
Oh no, like peer pressure is one of them. Like fear of conflict
Yep.
avoidancy.
Yep.
Even just like a general sort of like what's the word? Like the word I'm thinking of is like rigidity. Is something I've been thinking about lately for myself. Like how much of what I do is literally just like me hating myself and trying to like whip myself into shape, so to speak. But like that's all like me, and like someone else is completely different. So like for you, the only person that you can really like answer that question for is yourself. Because it also doesn't really matter what I do. Are you doing good things for the goodness of? I mean, there's a whole other thing of like what is good things, right? Like, because depending on the good thing, the reason is different, right?
That's
Like,
true. Yeah.
do you eat healthy for vanity, or do you eat healthy because you're looking after yourself? That's like not going to benefit another person,
Yeah,
explicitly.
that's true.
So, all that to say, like, it's a bit more of a nuanced question than just yes or no.
Like, this is again probably a tough question, but how do we form our conscience? How do we form our conscience in a way that we're making these decisions based on, you know, doing it for the good of doing it rather than vanity purpose? Like, of course, there's things we can do, like, praying for grace is probably the number one thing we should do.
Mm.
Educating ourselves probably to a degree on, like, I don't know, like there's probably some element of psychology in it.
Yeah. When you say forming your conscience, like what exactly
Like
do you mean?
our conscience is what helps us make decisions, right?
Well, our conscience tells us what's right and wrong.
Right.
That's about as
Well,
far as
yeah.
it goes, as far as like
Well,
decision
yeah,
making.
it's essentially like a yes or no,
Well, yeah. Okay.
essentially. So like it is helping us make decisions, right? Like it's
Yeah.
telling us if something is right or wrong to do. So how do we
Yeah.
go about doing things the right way using our conscience rather than the wrong way? In this case, how do we do something for the good of doing it rather than, you know, for vanity?
I mean, as far as conscience is concerned, at that point, all you can really do is trace your own motivations and
Yeah.
like see
Yeah.
like identify whether or not it's vanity or whether it is
Yeah. Yeah.
genuine service of the other
Yep.
or like genuine good end and not vanity or projection of faults or whatever
Hmm.
um so like like forming your conscience will like tell you that yes, you shouldn't do things for vanity reasons, but it's not gonna like stop you from
Hmm.
having those motivations, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I feel there's more to it than just that.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, Sorry.
Right.
I've heard this topic in like podcasts and stuff a couple times, right?
Hmm.
And I guess something I'd want to caution myself about is like not getting too wrapped up in that as well.
Hmm.
Um, like maybe I'll like I can't say this example like I can. This is a family friendly podcast, but oh no, here's a better one, right? Like if I go back to like the eating healthy example, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, you can eat healthy food that tastes nice, and like you're allowed to enjoy the fact that the food tastes nice, as long as like your primary goal is like nourishment of your body. Um, and so like to apply that to like doing things for other people, like doing things for other people does feel good, right? Doing things for other people will result in approval, in getting approval and affirmation. Like I still have the affirmation books from last year's retreat and even like earlier retreats and stuff. I just told them. Point I'm saying is like you shouldn't like force yourself not to enjoy the pleasures that come from service, right?
Yep.
You shouldn't, like helping out your mate, like you get mateship. Like you shouldn't deny yourself that just because you want to be virtuous or humble or holy or whatever the word is, right?
Yep. That's true.
Yeah, like that's all. Yeah, that's my 2 cents, I guess. Like, does that help?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Good advice. Mm.
It is hard for me to like keep going without any sort of direction because this is
Yeah, no,
a
I get it.
vaguey, nuancy one. I'm trying to pull
Yeah.
up one of the Gospels though, so bear with me. And if you have any thoughts, just jump in.
Don't think I have anything else for the moment.
Yeah, here it is. Matthew chapter 6 is what I was looking for. That's the bit of the Gospels where the Lord talks about not practicing your pieties before men in order to be seen by them. And like when you give alms, don't like declare it to everyone and with trumpets and do all that stuff. But like do it so that your left hand doesn't know what your right hand is doing. When you pray, don't do it like super publicly so that you can be seen. Do it in secret so that your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And then when you fast, don't look sad, but just anoint your head and wash your face and look like happy and normal.
Yeah.
So that nobody sees you fasting and so on and so forth, right? That's a good guideline, right? Like if you're gonna do something good, like don't, like you say, like don't do it for vanity, don't do it to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. Like do it for the sake of it's really just about doing it in that way. Like there's no real other way around it. You just sort of have to do it for the sake of
Yeah,
doing something good.
yeah. I guess like what I'm trying to like caution against, or like what I'm maybe not elegantly saying very well, is like we are creatures of mixed motivations. Um, and so like I don't know, don't let your fear of like being vain stop you from doing something good. There is a virtue called magnanimity. Big word, $5 word. Like it's not humble to not. Isn't it the same gospel that he talks about the lamp and the bushel basket?
I don't quite remember.
I don't know. Yeah, like don't like get disheartened by the fact that like
Yeah,
pleasures came from the good stuff you did and you enjoyed them because that's allowed.
yeah.
Um, maybe I'll type this to you off air just so like you can vet it for me. This is good content for the listeners. Sorry. But yeah, like I just sent it to you. Like vet that and tell me what you think. If I should like,
I think it's fine. Like you're
it's
not
fine.
saying explicit.
Okay, good.
Like I don't think you need
Um,
to censor it or anything.
yeah, I'll pull up the relevant catechism, which again, great content. Me just like being silent and looking
No,
stuff
that's a
up.
good idea. That's a good idea.
But like this is what I'm drawing from for this example.
Yeah. like I guess I can give you a bit of an introduction. Like
Thanks.
it, it's tricky because like say you're doing a good thing for someone, but then like if it's always you doing a good thing for that person, then it sort of gets a bit exhausting, right? You know what I mean?
Uh, oh, yes, I get what you mean.
Like, it shouldn't be
Why?
exhausting, but it's like a moral thing. Like, if you're always trying to do good things for them, but it's not like reciprocated or anything, then it gets like mentally exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, this comes
It
up a lot in
shouldn't,
like
because
relationship counseling. This isn't
yeah,
even,
yeah,
yeah, the whole giver taker dynamic and
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
No, yeah, I get what you mean. Um,
I don't know, man. It's
you're
tough.
not you're
Like,
not alone in this, so don't stress. Like I've
yeah,
said this sort of thing as well. That actually doesn't really tie me into the example that I was going to use, so let's just keep talking.
ah, well, just bring it in anyway, because
uh,
that's another supporting example, right?
yeah, yeah. Okay. So like the example that I'm thinking of about like doing things for the right or wrong reasons is the marital act, right?
Yep,
Um,
pretty much spot on. Yeah,
the marital act is, we Catholics believe that the marital act is primarily ordered towards uh, both the generation of children and the unity of the husband and the wife.
yep,
And so, anything that goes against these two primary ends is bad. And, uh, it's a misuse of the sexual faculty, so to speak. Um, but that doesn't mean that, like, the pleasure associated with the act is bad in and of itself.
mm-hmm,
And it's certainly not wrong for spouses to enjoy said pleasure.
mm-hmm,
Um, without getting too gross about it, like, yeah, you're allowed to enjoy the thing. You just have to do it
mm-hmm.
um, properly.
Yep, for the right reasons. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Don't misuse the thing. Is
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's just another instance of like, yeah, you are allowed to like enjoy the thing you're doing as long as you're
yep,
doing the thing properly. Yeah. That's all I really wanted to get at with that.
yeah, yeah. No, I think that's right. I think
um,
that's right.
but yeah,
Timekeeper,
as
we're at 27.
27. All right, got a bit of time.
Yep.
Because you did mention something about reciprocity. Reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
That's the word.
Reciprocity. Yeah.
Reciprocity.
Yeah, like,
Um,
I don't know. It's again another grim thought because you shouldn't do good things for the sake of getting good things back. But I think
correct.
it's natural and like our human nature to like get a bit, I don't know, unmotivated and cynical when it's just one way.
Correct. Yeah. Look, I had an experience of this not too long ago, right? And I'm still like figuring out what to do with it.
Mm,
And without going into any detail, one of the conclusions that could be wrong, right? But one of the conclusions I came to is like I used to shut myself down for this and call myself like entitled, right? Ah, we're supposed to do good without counting the cost, and we're not supposed to do things with the
mm,
expectation of return, and so on and so forth. And that's all true, right?
mm-hmm.
But this sentiment of like, I pour myself out for people and get nothing in return, or like,
Yep.
I do X thing and then I never receive it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can't you argue that that sentiment is a cry for justice? Because like the whole thing of like we gave the
Yeah.
thing is like we're doing what we think or what we know to be right, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we're sort of just lamenting the fact that we don't get that righteousness dealt to us.
Yeah.
And like I know we have to take up the cross and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
but you know God is also a God of justice, which
Yeah.
means we leave justice to Him, of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, but like, there's definitely no point beating yourself up for feeling like that either,
Mm-hmm.
because there is something valid there. It can become unhealthy and resentment, which I've
Mm.
done, but Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do with that yet, because you can't force other people to change, and so you can't receive the
Yeah.
thing you're asking for, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Does that doesn't answer anything, I don't think, but like, does it help? Do you have questions? Do you have any more questions?
Not for the moment. I think it's just a matter of processing and yeah, self-reflection. Yes. Like it's a
Yeah.
very internal feeling, and yeah, it was tricky to like get into words as well. Because again,
Okay.
it's not about anyone in particular. Like it's more about myself than anything. So yeah.
Like what you've done or what you've received. Anyway, whatever. That's probably
Yeah. Yeah.
no. Those are all fair questions. It sounds like
Yeah.
don't answer. Speaking of air time,
31 minutes.
31. Okay. We do seem to be running out of steam. Did you
Yes, I think
wanna?
so.
Did you have any last thoughts or?
Well, yeah, I guess we can draw any conclusions from today, like our discussion. It's just that I think you just actively need to be thinking about it when you're making that kind of call. Like you need to be like when you're making a decision to like do a good thing or to help someone, like you need to have in mind, okay, I'm doing this purely because it's the right thing to do. It's the good thing to do, and not like out of vanity or anything. It's sort of like, you know, if someone points out that you're humble, if you then go and think, oh, yeah, I am pretty humble, then you're no longer humble.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Usually
along the
from
same
there.
lines. Like, if you're doing a good thing for the sake of doing a good thing, but then you think, oh, how will this like affect my ulterior appearances? Then yeah, it's sort of same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at the forefront of our minds, I think when we're making these calls, it's good to just keep that to just have the focus on doing what's good and true, and you will be fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna come around and be bad cop and tell you all not to overthink
I think that's probably also good advice. Yeah,
it.
overthinking
um.
leads to like yeah,
Yeah.
different pathways.
It's like I'm trying to think of an example where like I've done something good
Hmm.
for that kind of reason of vanity or uh,
Hmm.
yeah, like worrying about what people think of me.
Hmm.
Um, and it's not that I don't have examples; it's that I'm really good at making excuses for myself.
Hmm.
Uh, because I've done a lot of bad things, worrying about what people think of me. Right? It's like that's different. Like I've done things I definitely regret.
Yeah, I'm sure we all have. Yeah,
So like I don't know if those
that's
things
peer pressure, basically.
count.
Mm.
I don't know. Like my conscience. Like, what's something that I've done that would appear good on the surface that I know that also isn't like, that's also like safe to air because I don't want to like throw anybody under the bus. So I don't want to be like too peer pressure because it's like, my friends betrayed me. No, that's not.
I got no idea.
Um, I know I've done it. I know I've done it. Maybe it's some of the prayers I've taken on, right? Like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's a good example. Like, I have like an anxiety about like Hallow or like
Hmm.
similar prayer podcasts, right?
Hmm.
Um, like I still low key feel kind of guilty for not doing Bible in a year and Catechism in a year again this year. But
Hmm.
like, I do need to free up room for other things. There's Rosary in a year, Desert Fathers in
Hmm.
a year.
Hmm.
Um, like there is this sort of like vague guilt I feel where like, I don't say a prayer that's like optional.
Hmm.
Um, like I don't know if that counts. It's like I'm
Hmm.
not like I'm no longer doing the prayer to like actually talk to the God who loves me,
Hmm.
talk to dad, as it were. I'm doing it to tick boxes and meet performance quotas, and that's not what the spiritual life is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. I do have one. I'm probably like way over time now, but I do actually have a good one. I don't know if I've done anything out of this, but I feel like I swear a few episodes ago, like in one of the earlier episodes, I talked about feeling insecure about my contributions to the youth ministry and like to the leadership group. Um, that's something that's been dogging me for a while, right? And so that like spurs me onwards to like try to force myself into doing things, or like not even like taking on responsibilities that I can't handle, but even just pushing myself into places that I don't need to be. And like it can and has in the past caused like friction and arguments between me and the youth minister, me and my boss, so to speak. And so that's not good, right? Because I'm not doing the acts of service out of genuine charity or out of a genuine goodwill. It's been like hijacked and tainted by my insecurity. Like I'm doing it for my own ego.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'm like lucky enough to have the clarity to like know that and regret it. But yeah, that's like the best example I can think of like this sort of thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
where was I going with this?
I mean, again, even when that's tricky, because like you wouldn't have had bad intentions with anything that you did.
I mean, looking back, I'm
Your
tempted to just be
intentions
like,
were good.
yes, I did have bad intentions. I'm the worst, but no, like let's not do that.
No, I know
The
you're the worst,
tricky,
and your intentions wouldn't have been bad.
yeah, like I wanted to do a good thing, right? But
Yeah, exactly.
the tricky thing with these things is like it sneaks up on you, right?
Yeah, it
You're not
does.
fully aware of like the influence of the ego or the vanity
Yep.
at the time.
Yep.
Not without like, you know, reflection and practice and all that heavy soul searching work.
Yep. Yeah.
That I haven't done. I was trying to go somewhere with this. Look, all this to say, like, don't beat yourself up for doing this because it's normal. Try not to judge anyone else.
Yep.
If it seems like they're doing that, because
You just don't know at the end of the day.
yeah. I'm trying to tie it into the thing of overthinking. No, struggling to
Overthinking.
yeah, not overthinking. I'm just like I can't make the connection. What I will say is, in those times where I was like acting out of the insecurity, I was driven by like an anxiety and a fear, right? That fear of like not doing enough, not being enough. And so like to try and to just like force a connection to like don't overthink. Like if you just simply have the impulse to do a good thing, like just do it. Don't you need to like analyze your motivations and like write out an essay as to like why you should why you should put your $5 into the Project Compassion box or whatever, right? Just do the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's only when it starts to, like for this specific example, like it's when it becomes an action of like fear, when it's fear driven. That's when that's a good tell that something's up, I think.
Yeah.
And this is just advice for me. It's literally just talking to myself here. So, yeah. Did that help you? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
That's good. Probably way over time now.
We are at 41 minutes. Still not too much, but yeah, we
That's
should
nice.
probably call it there.
Yeah. Yep. Well, as always, we'll get into prayer intentions. Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
Can you start us off while I choke in the corner?
Cool. I'm gonna take the plug stand of this one. So yeah, we pray for all the conflicts that are, I think they're still ongoing. Ukraine,
Yeah, Ukraine, Russia's still
Israel,
happening.
Palestine, Christian
Yeah.
persecution everywhere. But yeah, the only place that comes to mind at the moment is the Congo. And like other African countries, I'm sure. Like I've heard of it happening all over that continent. So yeah, prayers for all those people. Yeah, and on the topic, I guess, yeah, I pray for people like me that are like sort of going through like thought processes like this that yeah, we're able to overcome it and we're able to do these good things for the sake of doing good things. That's me. What about you?
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well, I'll pray for people like me then. People who are motivated by fear. Uh, I
Mhm.
pray. People who are motivated by like things like fear and things like self-hatred. I that pray that people like us get freedom and that
Yeah,
we're free to do good, well, for the good reason, for the right reasons. That's the word. Yeah.
yeah.
Ugh, it's hard to talk when you have a constant cough going.
Hmm.
Should have prepped some water or something. Oh well. Anyway, uh, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all the things.
Hmm.
If you didn't, leave a comment, get on our Discord, shoot us an email, chadsbychrist@gmail.com. Either way, please pray for us. We'll be praying for you, and we hope to catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for listening, guys. God bless.
Thanks, guys. God bless. See ya.